name is Thet Andersen, and you might know me as the current Miss Universe Myanmar 2024. I don't know if you've seen me on TV wearing the glamorous evening gowns or seen one of my interviews when I'm speaking my amazing Burmese. Behind all the glitter and glam, I see myself as a hardworking, creative entrepreneur, and I started my journey just with a hobby. So, what I do is I use a lot of my social media, right? And what we do a lot is we scroll a lot on our phones and look on social media. Often we follow people that we look up to, influencers, celebrities. And we always, sometimes we think to ourselves, oh, I wish I had their life. I wish I was like them. And there we get to a place where we divide me versus them. I'm here and that's them. But in reality, they're as human beings as we are. So, why do we divide ourselves from them? Why do we make this to ourselves? What I believe is that it's a little scary to put ourselves in the same category. I believe it's the fear of taking the step to becoming like them. So what could this fear include? What is this fear? It could be the fear of being financially unstable, the fear of being judged by people, and the fear of failure, the fear of thinking what might happen. So, what do we need to do to get to the next step? We want to become like these influencers, right? We want to have their life. What my friends often tell me, or when I speak to them, they tell, oh, Tess, how did you get to where you are today? How did you become Miss Universe? And I tell them, be a little delusional. Be a little delusional. And I say that in the most positive way. What I mean by being a little delusional is you prime your mind into mindset to a place you want to get. You start to think, how do I get there? How will I be thinking and how will I be feeling once I get there? Your brain is a sponge, and you can shape your brain into whatever you want. You start to tell yourself, I'm already there. I already achieved it. That's what I did. Before I even got the crown for Miss Universe Myanmar in the camp, I was already telling myself, I will win this. I will win this. How? I will do my best. And I put my mind into it. If I would give you an example of someone that's kind of well known already, I would mention Lady Gaga. Lady Gaga told in an interview with Harper's Bazaar that she would use the power of manifestation, positive delusion. She told herself repeatedly daily, music is my life, the fame is within me, I will make the #1 record and the universe will bring it to me. She's one of the biggest pop stars of today. And there's a lot of celebrities and influencers that use this type of thinking. So what is creative line of work and how could that look like? Creative line of work could look very different. You could want to become, it could be a creative director, you could be a music producer, you could write books, you could be into coffee artistry, or even beauty pageant industry. There's a lot. There's a lot within the creative industry. So how do we break into this mindset? And how do we take this step? What I believe, if you want to change something, you often want to see drastic change, and that's when you see, okay, this changed, I need to continue. So you need to change your mind drastically in order to get drastic results, right? Otherwise, you won't see anything drastic, and you will probably not continue. So you need to take the step. Take the step into uncertainty, into the world that seems scary. You need to take the step of being a little delusional. What I did when I competed for Miss Universe in that step was, I was already competing for Miss Universe, and I didn't know how to walk in heels. So, a lot of creatives that took the step, they solved all the problems that needed to be solved along the way while doing it. So I took heel lessons, or catwalk lessons, as they say, in Thailand for 2 weeks. I was so bad, I needed to take 2 lessons. And it worked out. It all worked out fine. It was super scary at first. I thought, oh, these girls that I'm competing against on the international stage, they've been practicing for years. I only did it for a couple months. But it all worked out well. So, if you want to make the shift, make a drastic shift. And once you do the drastic shift, it can be a very lonely walk. You might lose your friends, you might lose your social circle, you might even lose some family. But once you get to a place you want to get to, or closer, you will meet the right people. You will meet the right people with the right mindset, people who are similar to you, people who support you fully. The biggest fans will always be someone you don't know, and someone that might be your biggest enemy might be someone that's close to you. So trust yourself, walk that road. It might be a lonely road, but you will be rewarded in the end. And it will all be worth it, I promise. So, what I think is, creativity isn't about waiting for the perfect moment. Creativity is about starting where you are now. And never doubt yourself. If you are within the creative field, and that means that if you are in the creative field, your talents lay outside of the classroom, the ordinary classroom or the ordinary office, then you need to make the shift in order to get an ordinary life. Never doubt yourself. If you believe you had it within you, walk that road and you will be rewarded. Thank you.